Everyone in this room has used short-form video in some way to share something about themselves, something specific to you. Whether you're sharing something funny or educational, whether it's your best beauty secrets or a deeply personal story that's showing us your vulnerable side. Today, you're here expressing yourself on our platform, and you're doing it on Reels. So today, Instagram Reels is here for you. So a little bit about myself. I'm a product marketing manager at Instagram, where I focus on, you probably guess at this point, it's Reels. And my job is to help understand what creators want, talk to our product team to help build it, and then help you understand how you use it to make your lives easier. In today's session, I'm so excited to talk to you about what Instagram calls our 4 C's of content creation: connection, consistency, collaboration, and celebration. We'll get some tips and tricks, maybe break down some famous Instagram myths, and at the end of the session, you'll have a chance to jump on a new reel in our Reels challenge that we're doing with Samsung. While some of you may be pros at creating Reels already, we want to make it clear that Reels is for everyone. And we know that perfection fatigue is real, but we don't want you to be afraid to be you. If you can create a story, you can definitely create a Reel. And as everyone's been talking about today, we want you to make sure that you're bringing your authenticity to the community. Creating a Reel can be as simple as adding audio to photos or videos from your camera roll. And if you've never really created a Reel before, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Really, and again, everyone loves a good mnemonic, and of course it spells out Reels. So just the things to keep in mind. We want to make sure that you relate to your audience, engage and express yourself in your perspective, let go of your fears, and surprise people. Everyone likes a good surprise. Share something about yourself that no one knows. All right, so let's get right into it, if this works. Okay. So when we think about starting our conversation with creators, the thing that you as creators understand better than anyone else is connection. You have a rare ability to build connection and community with total strangers all around the world. You've built your communities by providing value to them, whether it's a midday laugh, a game-changing sunscreen, potentially from Janet, but you put your community onto or new ways every day. And today we'll talk about what it means to be in service to community, because this is what the best creators do. Part of being able to serve your community means listening to them, understanding what they want to hear and see from you. So every creator has that one question they get in their DMs constantly. I'm sure in your head you can think about what that is. And one of the features that we really think helps to foster connection is this idea of using an add yours sticker. So if this is an opportunity we've seen really work well with creators, where it's simple as, what's the best question that you've gotten in your DMs, and you can start a prompt with add Reels and really start that conversation. And we'll have a little bit more practice with that particular feature later in our Reels challenge. So let's stick to this idea of getting your audience to go from passive viewing to engaging with your content. Instead of simply sharing your point of view, think about how you can incentivize your audience to share their point of view with you. So a little bit of jargon here, we call adding a call to action to your Reel. So imagine you've shared your top picks, holiday gifts, favorite products. Instead of just showing your point of view, a great tip is to ask your audience to comment below with a gift that they've received or their favorite product. If you know Nina Drama's hilarious Reel, she often tells her community that the 3 funniest quotes or comments that they get will get pinned to the top of the comment board, right? And this is a way for people to create almost like a mini section that's a comedy club, right? It keeps your audience engaged, gives them an opportunity to feel like they're engaging with you. One of the best ways to engage your audience and show that you're actively listening is also to test out things like replying to comments in video as opposed to just text. Gives you an opportunity to go into the comment and really share a different perspective that's a little bit deeper. This is your opportunity to create an entire Reel answering a question from your community. But the best relationships are 2 ways. And as we know, dialogue is a sign of a healthy relationship. So what's another sign of a healthy relationship? That's consistency. Consistency builds connection. And like with any relationship, when someone continually shows up, you begin to trust them more. When they continually show up and make your day better, those are the people you cherish and tell your friends about. And we know that being a creator is hard work. Consistently putting yourself out there and trying to be vulnerable isn't as easy, and it's not something many people can do, especially not every day. So one way that we're also trying to make it easier for you to stay on top of your reels and create, at your pace when you want is by helping you to schedule your reels. This is a feature we know the creators have been asking out for a very long time. And this is an example of like a product marketer listening to the market, coming back to our product team and helping build it. So now if you're filming your content in bulk, you can schedule the content when you want it to post and whenever that makes sense to you. The next big part about the 4 C's is collaboration. Collaboration, especially as you've probably realized at this event, plays a big role in how people connect on Instagram and building your community. It allows you to build the community that you're creating and continue the conversation with others. With our collabs feature, not only can you have fun and get creative with another creator, but you can also take your audience reach to the next level by leveraging the reach of your collaborators. So especially at an event like this, you can team up and co-author a video. The post will feature both your handles and show up on both of your profiles, allowing more users to see it. But there's a pro tip. Make sure that the largest account with the best engagement always initiates the collab, which will maximize reach. And that has a lot to do with the way that we recommend things on the platform. So that's a good way to make sure that you're maximizing your reach. You can also try and team up and expand your audience by, again, using that add your sticker to create a conversation, or try remixing it to sort of show a reaction in the way that things are working. So just a few more ways to think about collaboration. Another good way to think about collaboration or participating in sort of larger conversations is leveraging trends. It's a great way to join in the larger community conversations and inspire others to engage with your content. So using trending audio and hashtags is also a great opportunity to see your content reach new audiences and stay relevant. And if you stay tuned over the next couple of months, we're actually developing a new surface that will help you identify what those trending audios and hashtags are to make it a lot easier for you to identify what you want to use and what you want to create. So stay tuned for that. I'll be rolling out soon. So we've talked about 3 of the C's so far. Connection, consistency, and collaboration. But what we all really enjoy is being celebrated. So we know that you all put a ton of effort into creating your Reels, and we believe in celebrating those everyday achievements when you use Instagram Reels. So as a way of helping you understand some of the milestones that you're putting into your growth journey, as you continue to experiment, we'll be celebrating your achievements right along with you. So as you try different tools like collaborating using the collaboration feature, or engaging your community by making Reels more interactive, like using interactive polls, quizzes, stickers, or whether you're just joining in the audio with trending audio or effects or hashtags, or just being consistent. These are really all aspects of the 4 C's that we've talked about today. We've developed this sort of like achievement system to help you remember what those are and sort of give you a pat on the back, but also like help you understand that these are important milestones along your journey. And we're also going to celebrate when your Reels succeed right along with you. So once you share a new Reel, and if you unlock this achievement, you'll be sent a notification to help celebrate and also keep you conscious of the things that are moving forward. So we'll also be able to keep track of all the achievements you've earned and see new ones that you can try to earn as we develop them. So you can use this to make goals and discover new tools that will help you level up your Reels. Okay. So we really see you on this point about money, right? We know rising to new levels of creativity is hard work, and we're developing new ways for you to get rewarded for the value of your work by your fans, by brands, and by us. So for starters, you're already making awesome Reels. Okay, let's try and get some money for it. You can earn money through subscriptions on Instagram and on Facebook. Subscriptions allow you to earn recurring, predictable income and build community from those who love your work the most with a monthly subscription by offering exclusive content, exclusive experiences, all in one place. You can also unlock more ways to monetize by sharing across both Facebook and Instagram. And if you're eligible, we have stars on Facebook, which is really where you can earn money directly from your fan. Your viewers can buy stars and send them to you while viewing your Reels, as long as those stars have been enabled on your Reels. Okay, a couple more things here that I really like. There's more to content creation than just chasing the likes and the engagement, but there's also understanding your insights. And this is why insights are critical. All great content creators look at their insights to get an understanding of who their audience is and what type of content is getting the most engagement. Another super useful signal other than just plays and engagement is number of saves, which gives you a great indicator of what you're sharing, that what you're sharing is valuable. And keep in mind that we're continuing to launch new metrics all the time to try and make it easier for you to understand how your content is performing. We actually recently just added total watch time and average watch time in your insights to help you get a sense of, the length of clips and sort of understanding what makes sense and what's working for your types of content. And we're continuing to roll out and develop that, so definitely check back. So where can you learn from your insights today? You can head to your professional dashboard, and for those that don't know where the professional dashboard is, it's just in your profile view, and if you haven't set up your professional account yet, do take a look at that because it has a lot of deeper insights, and it will help you make a few observations about your content and your audience to help bring your Reels to the next level. So really deep dive into your insights and use this to give your community what they need and grow as a content creator. Okay, so a little bit more about this. Putting yourself out there is hard work, even when it's work you love. And we want to make sure that you're getting recognized and rewarded wherever it happens. Whether growth for you is building community, creating change, earning the extra money, or maybe it's all three, we want to make sure that you succeed. So you can do this both across Instagram and Facebook. But there's a couple of things to keep in mind as you're doing this, some foundational pointers. And these are things we know, but a little refresh never hurts. We want to make sure that you get strategic with your hashtags. And some people think hashtags don't matter anymore. But be sure to use relevant hashtags in your captions, not the comments, because that's actually what we use to help with our recommendation engine. Search is a great place to get discovered, and that's also a great way to expand your audience. And that's really helpful using the hashtags because that makes you discoverable in search. Also, we can never say this too often, high video quality is an absolute must, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to use the most expensive cameras in 4K. The Samsung is amazing for this, and it's just as simple as being mindful of always capturing vertical content at high resolution. When it comes to shooting on your phone, 1080p, 4K, it's all fine. Again, I think the Samsung phone is perfect for this. But lean on filters and effects available on Instagram to make it easier to get the quality you want and sort of change up the look. And last, and this is really stating the obvious, you've gotten where you are because people want to see and hear your unique voice, so ditch the watermark. Tell your story through your own videos and gems you've discovered that have never been posted before, but like never, never, ever post with the watermark from some other places that you may be posting on. That doesn't get recommended, to be very honest. So we know that as creators, you want to make sure that you make the most and reach your audiences in a lot of different places. So there's actually a couple of tools that we have to make sure that you're sharing your Instagram Reels across both Instagram and Facebook to maximize those audiences for more reach. So we offer 2 ways to help you grow your audience by making your Instagram available on Reels. So the first way is by cross-posting or sharing Instagram Reels to your Facebook account. So you can do this to engage your existing Facebook followers and potentially reach new audiences on Facebook without having to upload the content twice. Your Facebook handle will appear next to the Reels so that people can follow you on Facebook. And this requires you to link your Instagram and Facebook accounts in the Account Center to use this feature. But there's another way that you can do this, which is just recommend to Facebook. And that allows you to reach new audiences on Facebook without necessarily joining it to your Facebook account. So Facebook viewers and everyone will be able to see your Instagram handle and can follow you on Instagram. So it really gives you an option of where you want to focus your time, whether it's putting more on Facebook or focusing on growing your Instagram audience. Reels content that you share via recommend on Facebook can be seen by any Facebook user. And if you're and so that will be a great opportunity for you to increase your reach. Okay, now we're going to get into some tips and tricks. So this is just going to help you get started with your next reel or really your first reel. So again, we've all seen a reel and thought, I really love those transitions, or I really want to know how to mix the audio and really get it to the right sync. You'll like what you see, but you don't know where to start. Sometimes starting from the beginning can feel a lot like taking away from your creativity, but with Reels templates, you save so much time to focus on what actually inspires you. By tapping on templates in the Reels camera, you can upload clips, and your audience can further discover what makes you. And we're actually doubling down a lot on the templates and want to make sure that this is as creative and easy for you as possible. So continue to look for more updated templates as we roll those out. The next big thing is to share your audience through text. Providing context through timed text is a form of showing love to your audience. It's a way of serving them. You're making this easier for them to follow and digest by explaining what's happening at the start. There are also so many ways to narrate with audio. And as we know, audio is a big part of the Reels experience. 80% of Reels are viewed with sound on. So you can add your favorite track, you can walk through a day in your life, or you can teach your audience on how to cook an easy weekday meal, right? Audio can take your community on a journey and dive deeper into the story you want to tell. Using voiceover allows you to personalize your content and have creative control over what you would like to share. And some creators may create a strategy for their voiceover or freestyle it. But voiceover isn't the only thing you can create. When you're adding text, you can also use convert text to speech, and that will read out about if you don't want to use your own voice, which ironically, I would probably use that because I don't actually like the sound of my own voice. But this allows you to continue to be in control when creating your reels the way that you choose. Oops. And now we're really getting to the Wild West here with some of the top myths about Instagram. So we're going to go through a couple of these that we hear a lot at Instagram. Are we not posting photos anymore? Yes, we're totally a multi-format platform still. We want to make sure that you're able to tell your story in the way that you can. So posting photos in a carousel, to feed, or stories are still a great way to connect with your audience to share life's moments. But we know that video is a big part of how people in your community specifically consume content. So you also get to show other sides of your personality, reach new audiences, and be discovered in places like the Reels tab and Explore, which has much larger reach to unconnected followers. So you make sure to use video as part of your content mix and helps give you more ways for your Reels to be seen. Okay, having some technical difficulties here, but okay. Some of the creators in this very room are part of creators finding proof of their voice. So the question is like, am I growing on Instagram? Does this continue to happen? Reels is one of the ways that we can make our audiences grow very quickly by focusing on distribution and unconnected content, and it's happening fast. This is one of my favorite stats. Over a 60-day period, public accounts with over 10,000 followers that produced at least 5 reels, that's not even a reel every day, grew their follower count on average 2.5 times as much as those who did not produce a reel. So just thinking about that again, not even creating every day, but creating consistently over a short period of time helps you grow incredibly quickly and significantly. And these numbers are just improving over time as we help to improve the recommendation algorithms and get you in front of the audiences that really appreciate your content. And this one, which I get personally a lot in my DMs, am I being shadow banned? Which I'm sure everyone hears a lot. So Instagram is nothing about the many communities that come to the platform every day. And while we want to leave as much room as possible for free expression, we also have to be mindful of the types of contents that can be sensitive or harmful to others. So we have systems in place to reduce the distribution of certain posts, that's true. But for example, those are really ones that don't meet our recommendation guidelines. So make sure you're following the community and recommendation guidelines. And these things get updated over time. So you just make sure that you're checking in with them, make sure that your content really follows them, and you likely won't have any of this experience. Does Reels have the editing tools I need? People think that Reels editing tools are difficult to use and are missing many of the features that they need, but in many ways, we're actually matching the basic level of editing that people need today. It's just a matter of being more aware and getting comfortable with some of the tools. We believe that it should be easy to turn your ideas into entertaining and fun Reels. And this year, we've made a lot of improvements to Reels editing, from new trimming and reordering tools to transitions that you can apply in between clips. We'll also be launching some new features that will make it visually easier to stack and align audios, text, and clips in more of a visual stacked view. So watch out for that. That'll be releasing also soon. Okay. So now you've heard us say this before, but it's important to remember just a couple of tips that we talked about. Don't post Reels that are visibly from other apps. It's a big one. And in order to expand your reach beyond people that follow you, your content has to be 90 seconds or less. That really helps with the ability to recommend. To draw your audience in quickly, use a juicy hook or fun transition that makes your audience want to keep watching. That's usually in the first 3 seconds. At Instagram, we want to make sure that everyone feels safe. So again, please just make sure that your Reels are following our community guidelines and recommendation guidelines, and that'll make sure that you're constantly be recommended across our surface, because safety is really key at Instagram. So you can also just make sure that your accounts are protected by keeping a password that includes complex combinations. Try to use a complex combination of numbers, letters, and punctuation marks. We don't want to always get the problem that people are getting hacked. You can use 2-factor authentication as an additional security layer. And this is one of the best ways to protect your account from someone you don't want potentially gaining access to it. Okay.